everyone! Today we are looking at the latest book from Christine Karen, Little Folk. This is her third book working with this publishing company after Wildflower Folk and Wondrous Folk. So it's the same 150 GSM ivory paper and the same textured cover material as those books. So there's 50 illustrations inside and they're all of little elves, fairies and other fantastical creatures. So let's look inside. So we open up, we have got a dust jacket which is removable, which isn't my favourite, I must admit. I don't really like dust jackets that come off, but that's just my personal preference. Doesn't really make any difference to the book. So we've got the title page and the copyright page, and then we've got a little bit of an intro from Christine. So she says, "The colouring frenzy continues. I'm very excited to present you the Little Folk colouring book. This is the third book in my special collection colouring book series. Included in this colouring book are 50 of my most popular and favourite illustrations, as well as 4 additional exclusive new designs, crowned in snowflakes, Maybells, Ms. Pumpkin and Rosehip Elfling." I thought I was going to mess that up then. "As an artist with a huge imagination, I like to fantasise about hidden places in fairy tale forests, meadows and lakes, with dwellings of ethereal beings I love so much to create. These quirky and cute little personalities pop up in my head and want me to draw them on paper. I hope you enjoy bringing all these whimsical elves, fairies and other fantastical characters in this book to life through colouring as much as I do." So that's your intro. And then we get straight into the illustrations. So it is a one-sided book. That means you can use any media that you like and it's not going to really affect anything, because all there is on the back is a blank page. So you've got nothing to worry about. As long as you put a few scraps of paper or a thick piece of card underneath, you want to use alcohol markers, you want to use watercolour paints heavy on the water, you can do that because you're not going to affect anything. So here we go. Straight off the bat, this is a gorgeous illustration. Look, Autumn Encounters. So you always get the title of the illustration at the bottom, and this one is beautiful. So especially for this time of year when we truly are in autumn, the leaves start falling and you can see she's foraging for mushrooms and whatever else she can find in the woods probably. She's got a cute little pointy hat on, a little bit witch-like, and the same with the shoes as well. That they give a bit more of an elf vibe. And then she's got the stripy tights. So I'm getting like a witch elf, something like that going on here. And of course you've got all the cute woodland creatures. We've got hedgehog, raccoon, squirrel and owl as well, just watching on. Then we have the Autumn Forest Witch, so I guess another witch. And you know, with Christine's work, you always have these little inclusions of animals and creatures. So we've got the frog, we've got the squirrel again, and we've got a bird up here as well. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, there's a little ladybird on her ear, like a little earring, but is it? I don't know, because it doesn't look like she's got one on this side. So she's got a cute little ladybird. We've also got a spider and a snail here as well. See, the more you look at it, the more you notice. But what I really like about this one is it's showing that the witch character is really merging with nature. So look at her witch's hat. The point of it is actually a tree trunk with lots of little branches on the end. And you can see that the clasp that's holding her cape together here is also tree branches sort of knotted up. And yeah, it's really, really nice. You've got a pumpkin, you've got a flower, and then this little flower and acorn crown as well around the hat. So yeah, it's lovely. Then we've got the Best Froggy Friend. So again, this book is called Little Folk. So most of the time you have these little younger characters. That's not set in stone. There is some older characters in the book, but I think a lot of these kind of focus on youth and innocence, and that's the kind of feeling this book gives me. So here she is cuddling her little froggy friend, and they're sat on a lily pad, which he's actually, I guess, controlling the direction of. He's got the little reins here, and yeah, it's just so cute. I love her style of drawing. Then we've got the bird bath. So we've got a few birds looking rather ruffled because they are dipping themselves and having a nice little wash in the bird bath. So you've got different elements to colour on here. You've obviously got the stone and the hair and skin, as goes without saying because there's a character on every page, so you have to colour some hair and skin. So you've got a lot of different elements to colour. You've got the stone of the bird bath, You've got the obviously skin and hair, and trying to create the feathers as well, the texture on the birds, and of course the water. Then we've got the cookie elves. This is really cute. Look at these two little scamps. So she's making some cookies, little heart-shaped cookies, and they're coming along and trying to scoff them while she's not looking. And then also around the border of this, it's made up of pine needle type things and pine cones. So that's really nice. Again, it's giving the autumn winter effect. Then we've got something completely different. We've moved away from autumn a little bit now because we've got the cowgirl mermaid, which is just a crazy concept. So you can see this girl is sat on the seahorse and she's got the reins, she's got her cowgirl hat on and her lasso, a little belt buckle, but of course she is a mermaid, she's underwater. I just find this a really fun one and a really good example of Christine's imagination. Then we've got Crowned in Snowflakes. So this one is giving Frozen vibes. Obviously you've got the snowflake. She's looking quite regal. She's looking quite queen-like. And she's got these beautiful transparent, what I would imagine to be very iridescent wings going on. And yeah, just gorgeous ruffles on her clothes. You always get a good variety of clothing and different styles to colour with Christine's work. Then we've got Dewdroplet, again, another really sweet little girl. So obviously she's a fairy, she's got fairy wings, but she does have kind of elf-like ears. So all these characters, they could be sort of amalgamations of different fantastical creatures. But again, you're going to be colouring dewdrops, so that will hopefully give you a bit of practice at trying to make 3D water droplets on this one. Then we've got Dragonling. So you've got a really sweet baby dragon, which is just crying out to be coloured in purple and gold Spyro colours. If you know, you know. If you're a child of my age, you will have been playing Spyro on the PlayStation 1. But anyway, so she's given it reminds me of Aladdin's Jasmine. That's the sort of feel that I'm getting from the costume and the sort of tulle, this kind of transparent-ish sort of material that she's got on there. Yeah, gorgeous. You could go on with your adjectives and superlatives, but you can see, you can see with your eyes, these are beautiful. So this one's cute as well. It would be really good to do it this time of year because we're starting to get more rain. Obviously the leaves are falling. She's wearing quite a cosy sort of coat thing with a pointy hood on it. Coat thing? Is a coat, Claire? Or is it a dress? I don't even know. But anyway, yeah, I would definitely colour this in very autumnal burnt oranges, and then obviously you've got a slight bit of a green tinge in the leaves. I think I'd have to make her, whatever it is, I'd have to make that red, I think, just to be a big focal point. Then we've got the fairy book. This one's cute. She's got little glasses on and she looks very bookish and clever. So you can see she's reading a book about fairies, and one of the fairies, if this is a pop-up book maybe, or one of the fairies has come and landed here, because you can see them all flying around and all the magic sparks in the air. Then we've got fairy dust. So this is again another little fairy. She's blowing that fairy dust towards you, hopefully making your wishes come true. So on this one we've got bubbles that you can colour. And yeah, what I really love about Christine's work is she's got just the right level of grayscale, I think. So again, with these bubbles, perfect example, you can see where all the dark colours would go because of the shading, and where all of your highlights would go because of the areas that are left completely white. So it really helps if you're learning to colour and trying to make things look a little bit more realistic. Books like this, pictures like this with just that semi-grayscale effect are going to really, really help you. I would not, if I was wanting to up-level my skills and get as much help as possible, I would not be starting with pages that are just line art. You need a little bit of help, you need a little bit of guidance, and I think that's what gives you that little bit of help on the way. It's just the right amount to give you definition and act as that guide, but not too light or too dark. So then we've got the fairy flower crown. Cute little fairy again. She's got vines growing all the way around her arms and legs. She's got a cute little braid. And again with the fairy wings, the flower crown and the gorgeous eyes. Christine's work is always so whimsical and enchanting. It really makes you feel like these characters could be real somewhere at the bottom of your garden or in your local woodland, just scampering about. I think it's something about the eyes as well. You get this with people like Mariola Budek and Anastasia Koldareva as well. It's the detail and the depth of the eyes. They're so emotive, and that makes Christine's portraits seem really human, even though you can clearly see, you know, they're nothing but, they're obviously magical, but it gives it that effect. We've got Fairy Godmother. Love this. So she's got a little dress that's sort of got roses on the collar and the elbows and the hem as well. Looks like she's going to some sort of party. Is she there with Cinderella? Who knows? Then we've got Fairy Heart. So the heart made out of tree branches with little florals growing out of it. And then the character there in the middle. Fairy with Lizard, how cute. So this is a big contained border one. It's a full page illustration. And yeah, she's got this birch tree. So again, figuring out how to colour that kind of tree texture. Go on Google, find a birch tree, look at the pictures, try and think whereabouts your colours would be, what kind of colours you would use, and just try and copy from a reference and try and emulate the texture from that reference if you're wanting it to look, you know, a little bit more real. So yeah, really cute. She's got a little berry crown. We've got the cute little lizard. Then we've got Fawn Jingle. So she is a fawn. She's got the fawn legs, the ears and the horns, but she's playing a little banjo. She's got the bells around her wrist, so she just gives it a little tinkle, and she's like a one-man band or a one-woman band. So yeah, another cute one. Flower Girl, I like this one. It gives sort of oldie worldy feel to it. You've got the old Tudor looking buildings in the back, and then you've got her carrying this basket of flowers. She's got sort of oldie worldy clothes on. She's got the ruffles and, you know, the what are these called, the little shawls, there we go, and you know, she's got the hat, and it just looks a little bit oldie worldy. Then we've got Flowerling. This is really sweet as well. So she's got all the hydrangeas and a few little roses and daisies in this kind of afro on her head, and then she's got her long hair sort of flowing down, and she's sat in a little basket. This one might be a little bit more achievable for people that are worried about colouring skin, because there's not too much space to colour. It's quite a small formatted one, this one, compared to something like this where the face is quite big, and then you've got the clavicle area, which I always struggle on, even after this, you know, long time. It's always a toss-up whether I'm going to get the skin good or it's going to be completely terrible, and I'm not very good at this area whatsoever. So don't, you know, pressure yourself to be perfect on things, because it's not always the way. Sometimes you can create a beautiful portrait, and then the next time you go to colour one, if you're anything like me, for some reason you just can't get the skin to look right. But anyway, so this is Garden Friends. So you can see she's got her gardening gloves on and a little pinny. We've got a bird friend sat on the brim of her hat, and she looks like she's planting some roses. Then we've got the one from the front of the book, the cover, Good Morning Fairy. So you can see she's just woken up inside her little flower, a bit like Thumbelina, and she's having a nice little stretch, getting her eyes to open, and all the morning butterflies are just fluttering around. Then we've got Happy Fairy. So again, she's got a basket of flowers, you've got fairy wings to colour, and I really like her dress. It's a normal cut dress at the top, and then it comes out to be layers of leaves. That's really cute, and I like her little ballet slipper pointed toe things as well. We've got Helping Hands. This is a beautiful one. Again, just look at the faces, the expressions, so emotive, so sweet. And you can see she's got a apron full of baby chicks. We've got the chickens clucking around. We've got, I guess, her little brother, maybe, I'm guessing, and a few birds as well. And look, the little cat's looking on. He doesn't look too bothered that there's chicks. It doesn't look like he's going to pounce. He looks pretty chill there. But I like this. It's you've got the background. It's more of a scene. And just like this one, really. So this is obviously the one that I've coloured. I'm going to tilt it a little bit because of the light glare. I don't know. Let me just check. It's all the glare that you can see on the top. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So this is Hen House Gossip. And I coloured this with Prismacolor and Luminance and some Derwent drawing as well. So I just saw this and I thought it was such a fun page. One of my very good friends has chickens, and I was thinking about them throughout. And yeah, I really enjoyed every single minute of colouring this page. I was a little bit concerned about the grass and then the bushes in the background. I didn't want them to be the same colour green because it would just not, they would all blend into each other, it wouldn't be distinct. But then I was kind of worried this was quite an open gap, and I thought, how am I going to do grass texture? So I literally just got a bit of a deeper green and just flicked some little tufts of grass, and that's it. You know, it's not, none of my tutorials or anything I sort of try and teach you guys is going to be perfect and very arty. It's all just what I can do with my skill level, and then, you know, when it comes together as a whole page, it's not noticeable. It all just falls into place. So the sky is a really nice blend from blue right up to sort of very pale sunny colour, because I wanted this to look like early morning, so the sun is just rising over the horizon. That's kind of what I wanted to give it. But you know, if I was going to do that properly, I would be having a lot of shadows everywhere, and you know, just showing the highlight of the sun rays on the edges of things. But I'm not there with my level, and it's an awful lot of work, and it's a lot of thinking, and sometimes I just want to colour, I don't want to think too much. So yeah, anyway, really enjoyed colouring it. I've tried to keep my colour palette quite limited. So obviously the main colours on this is the red and the yellow, which I've emulated in the clothing and the whatever these little dangly things are on the chickens. I've added in a little bit of this kind of very rich aqua blue, and mainly it's brown as well. So yeah, I've tried to keep it limited. I think my favourite thing about this is probably, strangely enough, I think it's her hair. I really like this golden auburn tone. Yeah, I don't know, let me know what you think anyway. But I really enjoyed colouring it, and the paper took the pencils really well. Now the sky is just a little bit textured, a little bit grainy. That's my fault for putting too many layers down and not using enough in between colours to go from one colour to the next. So you can see I've gone from quite a dark blue to really quite a light one, and we haven't got a great blend going on. Same with this, I've gone from blue straight into purple. So if I'd have put a few more in between colours in there, this probably would have been a lot smoother, and I've taken less blending and aggressive layers to get it to blend. So yeah, don't I go on? I don't know how you listen to me, I really don't. Okay, so then we've got Jester. This was another one I was thinking about colouring first, because it's just so fun and playful, and you can just imagine the saturation of colour on this one. So yeah, it's a Jester. She's got her, oh my goodness, what, accordion, there we go. And then what is this creature? It kind of looks a bit like a fox, but then the ears don't look very fox-like. You tell me, could it be something like a water vole, actually? I don't know. The feet look like paddles, so who cares? Who cares? But yeah, this is a great one. I want to see people colour this. I want to colour this because I just think the explosion of colour will be amazing. Then we've got Leaf Rider. So you can see it's another small little fairy, and she's got a cute little corset on. That's quite different. So she's got her undergarment, and then she's got her corset just around the middle as well. Then she's got this transparent, translucent fabric on the sleeve. So that'd be interesting to colour the skin behind the fabric and see how it compares. You just have to make it a little bit lighter. That's what I do anyway. Then we've got the little fairy boy. So it's not just girls, we do have boys in here as well. And he's so cute. Look, he's got little antenna. Really sweet. Yeah, what can you say? There's not a lot of background going on here, so you might want to get your distress inks or your pastels and just create a really nice blended colourful background on there. Little fairy monster. So he is a monster. I mean, he's kind of cute and everything, but you can tell he's kind of got that gargoyle feel about him, but a baby gargoyle. He's got his horns just growing and his little pointy teeth, his big eyes, and she's absolutely in love. So yeah, you can see it's her little best friend, I guess. I love this hair as well. It's giving Priscilla, it's giving like big 60s beehive. So yeah, I love it. Then we've got Lucky Clover. So I did say it's not just little folk or young folk in this book. We do have sort of a more elderly, more mature woman in this one, so which I really like. And Christine is so good at this. She's really good at defining all of those age spots and wrinkles, but in a really soft way. I mean, this just looks like the grandma you'd always want, doesn't it? Very soft. And look at the little lucky, oh damn, shamrocks. I was going to say lucky clovers. I meant lucky anyway. And she's got what looks like a little thistle around her neck. But yeah, I do love Christine's older ladies. And I think I've coloured from the first book, the wizard, and he was quite characterful, his face, you know, quite aged, and I really enjoyed colouring that. Mabel's, oh, I love this. Look at this, it's like a crochet hat, and it looks like it's been starched or stiffened into place. I love that. But yeah, it's just another kind of elf creature, but they're also very different. You know, you can't say that this book is repetitive. They're all so different, even though might all be elves or fairies or of the same species. They're all really, really different, and none of them look alike, and they've all got their own little personalities. Mermaid shoes. So I wonder if this is the cowgirl mermaid that we saw earlier. Who knows? We've got this gorgeous dress. Look, it's got really nice deep v-neck that buttons down and then just frills out into this massive skirt, I guess. So she's got her little shoes. She's getting ready, I guess, for the night out. What else is in this box? I can't really tell what it is. Is it a sock? I don't know. Is it some kind of seaweed? Anyway, whatever you think it is, let me know in the comments. Love this one, Ms. Leprechaun. This would be a great one to colour for something around St. Patrick's Day, of course. And, you know, you've got a lot of different things, again, to colour on this. You've got the texture of the clover. You've got the gold, so that metallic look. Maybe you just want to do some metallic gold paint or some gel pen. Or maybe you want to just use your pencils and try and create a very realistic solid gold look. However you do it, I think this will look great in the green and gold and burnt orange tones of Ireland. We've got Miss Pumpkin. Now, she's a funny looking lady, but I think that's because she is a pumpkin. So you can see her head is a very odd shape, and her cheekbones and her eyes, it all looks very pumpkin-like, doesn't it? And you can see even her hair has that coiled, springy look that you would get from the root of a pumpkin, or the whatever this is called. It's not a root, is it? What is that called? You know, like the thing in an apple, the little stalk? Claire, go back to bed and get up again. Yeah, so again, really sweet, very imaginative. She's got the cart full of pumpkins and she's just sat on the back ready to go, or is she being pulled along? I don't know, but it's really nice. I'm excited to see how people will tackle her head. Will you keep her pumpkin orange, or will you just have sort of little bits, little hints of orange in there, but then a human-like skin tone as well? Don't know, excited to see. Mushroom mood. So she definitely looks like she's in a mood, doesn't she? Round my area, my sort of local slang and dialect would say she's got monk on. So I'm from the East Midlands. I'm sort of smack bang between Nottingham and Derby, and we obviously have our own colloquial kind of phrases everywhere in the world, our own dialects, and we'd say she's got monk on. I don't know where it comes from, no idea, but that's what you say when somebody's mardy, or, mind you, that's another slang word, when somebody's in a mood. Okay, move on. So yeah, it looks like something is wrong anyway, and she's got her wand. She has conjured a kind of crescent moon with mushrooms growing out of it, but she looks very distrustful or quite annoyed at something. I'm interested to know your take on this. What's wrong with her? What's up? So then we've got the pea elfling. Really cute. Again, cute is the word for Christine's work. I don't care what you say. If you want me to put a word in there, it's going to be cute. Pea elfling, you can see she's got the pea pod as her hat, which just really naturally goes into her hair as well. And then she's carrying some pea pods too, with the stalk at the top and some little flowers. I wonder what flowers look like on pea pod. Do peas flower when you grow them? I don't know. No idea. Then we've got pirate. So fairly self-explanatory. She's got a little monkey on her shoulder. Kind of reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean, Captain Barbossa. He had a little monkey, didn't he? Or am I thinking of something different? Am I thinking of Aladdin? I think he did have a monkey. I think he did. This review, guys. Yeah, but again, another really, really fun one to colour. Really embracing the whole pirate leathers and translucent fabrics and the hat and the hair and everything else. Raccoon Rascals. So I've said it before in a previous review that we don't have raccoons in the UK. I think they're more of an American indigenous animal. I don't really know, but we don't have them over here. They're so cute though. I know that they're vermin or they're pest or whatever you call them in America, but they're really cute. Maybe it's just the way Christine draws them, and if I saw one in real life, I was going to say something rude then. If I saw one in real life, I might need to change my trousers. Oh my goodness, I might not even upload this video. It's chaotic. Then we've got Rose Hip Elfling. So again, we've got the rose hips, which is where it comes from. She is beautiful. She's got, again, those really emotive eyes, lots of curly hair to practice your colouring on. And the background is just some very simple sort of floral shapes. So with that, I probably wouldn't even colour those. I'd probably just do a background and maybe outline them a little bit or give them a slight bit of shading, but I don't know what I'd do with that. Scratchy Sweater. Love this one. Look at the expression on her face. She's like, oh, I've got to wear this because Grandma's bought it for me for Christmas, but I hate it. I love her little hair sticking out as well. It's like she's just pulled that jumper over her head and her hair's gone static and everything. Yeah, that's funny. That one is funny. Then we've got Seedling. This one's a little bit more of a grayscale. It looks as though she's used a bit more of a deeper pencil on this, like I don't know, what do you call it? The H is hard and what's soft? A B pencil is soft, isn't it? Graphite. So she might have used like an 8B or something. It's really quite deep, this graphite. And it's just a little, almost like a stamp image in the middle of the paper. There's no background, there's no context to it. It just is. Oh, look at this one. We've even got some letters on here. That's unusual for Christine. So we've got Sleeping Beauty. Oh, wow. This is gorgeous. Beautiful little princess. She's still got her little crown on. She's sleeping, and obviously we've got the little dormouse sleeping as well, and the bird. And we've got the plush cushion underneath. We've got the beautiful flowers. This is gorgeous. Snail Elfling. So she has taken a snail shell, probably one that was discarded, and I hope so anyway. And then she's set up home in there, I guess. So that's where she resides. She's got a little lantern over the side. Got cute little heart-shaped antenna as well. I love her hair. I love her cheeky little face. And we've got Springbringer. That's interesting, Springbringer. So I guess she appears early spring and brings the season with her. She's holding on to a little doe, or, well, I guess it is a doe. It's a baby deer, isn't it? And she's got some funky hair too. It's like her curls are almost angular. So that's interesting. Starcatcher. This is beautiful. So we've got more of an angel-like fairy, I guess. She's got the really ruffled natural feather wings. And yeah, she's just catching the starlight. So this will be interesting because if I was going to colour this, I'd be trying to put yellow highlights on the very edge of her face so that it was the glow from the star. I'll probably keep the majority of this white with just tinges of yellow, just because the white is the brightest flash you can get. Yeah, interesting. I'd like to colour it. Then we've got Summer Night Fiddler. So she's there on a summer's night, everybody gathered around the campfire, and she is playing her fiddle. Really cute. I love how her sleeves kind of look like a Venus flytrap, or maybe that's just my interpretation, but yeah. See how much content you get in this book. Like, it's amazing. I mean, one of these pages would probably take hours to colour, maybe even days, you know, if you were really into it and doing a lot of detail. And just the amount of pages that you get in this book, it's amazing for the price. So Summer Rain. So you can see we've got little tiny droplets. That might be easier for people to colour if they're not entirely sure how to get that rain droplet 3D effect. And she's loving it. She's got her little umbrella or parasol there made of leaves, but she's embracing the rain. She is loving it. Here we've got another kind of older, more mature lady, Sweet Maple, and she's very sweet. And she has the pearls around her neck, kind of natural pearls actually. They're all a bit oddly shaped. She's got a turtleneck on. It's a bit chilly. She's wrapped in a shawl. She's got this beautiful big hat on as well. I love this length of hair on like more mature ladies. I think it's really, really nice. And she's got the acorn earrings as well. Another great one to do for the autumn. the Frog Prince. So we know the tale of the Frog Prince. She kissed the frog and it turned into her prince. And she's not looking too sure, to be honest. It's almost giving that she's gone on a blind date and turned up and this is what's greeted her. You know, it's like the Tinder date gone wrong. That's just me being ridiculous. It is a beautiful illustration. And you can see you've got that stoneware and the water to colour again. And a really fun little frog. Troll Girl and Fox Serenade. This one's interesting. So she really does give troll, doesn't she? And I hate that phrase. It's giving. I hate these kind of phrases. I normally use them ironically because it's just really hilarious to me. But she is giving troll, isn't she? Look at her hair. It's really spiky and she's got the pointy ears and the sort of piercings and stuff. It's what you would imagine from a troll girl. She's playing the... it's not a tambourine, is it? It's a drum. It's a hand drum with two things on the end of the stick. Tell me in the comments what it is. And he's playing the flute, I hope. So we've got the fox and the troll girl. That's a really cool one. It's, again, really imaginative. Troll Arena. So we're here again with the trolls, but she is more delicate, more girly, and she is a ballerina. Unicorn Princess. Oh, I'd love to see how people colour this unicorn because they're kind of meant to be white, aren't they, unicorns? Maybe with a little bit of ethereal blue kind of glow or pink. But I would be quite scared to colour this one, I think, to try and make it... Mind you, you've got the shade in there. So that's, if I was going to do in white, that's where I'd be putting my greys and maybe just adding little touches of yellow and blue just to give a kind of almost reflected look, not solid, but you know, I don't know. But yeah, it's a gorgeous illustration. Move on. Whimsy Fairy Celise. So she is sat in the woods. We've got the mushrooms. She's got her big fairy wings. She has a cute little, it's kind of like a parasol, but it's almost like a lampshade the way it goes over. And she's got her feet out. I think this is the first time we've seen proper human-like toes in this book. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's whimsical. This is beautiful. Look, winter warmth. Can you imagine colouring this around December when the kids have broke up from school or you're on your work holidays or whatever and you've got the fire on, you've got a really comfortable film on, Harry Potter or something, you know, and it's cold outside and you've got a blanket on. I'm really painting a picture. and you colour in this. I think it gives such a cute and cosy feel. And that's it. Oh my goodness. So there's the back of that page. It's just the Blue Angel Publishing, who are the publishers of her last 3 books, including this one. You can see it's all single-sided, like I said at the start. The paper has a smooth feel to it, but it does have tooth. It's one of those weird papers where if you were to just feel it, you'd be like, God, it feels quite glossy, but it does have a tooth. As you can see, I've managed to layer up, you know, my pencils. If it was a little bit more toothy though, I probably would have had less of this speckled look. But that was, again, it was my fault really for layering it and not doing it properly. But yeah, it is quite smooth, but there is still a texture. You can still use your pencils, they will still work beautifully. So after all that, are you still here? Am I just talking to no one? I hope you've enjoyed the video. It was a little bit strange, but that's kind of what you get with me nowadays. I will leave links in the description for buying this book if you want to. So thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you soon on another review, probably chaotic, with me, Colour with Claire.